All right, coming to you live for the last time in the first year of Gorilla Overlord ownership. It is the Gorilla Minute. All right, guys, so got some cool announcements for you today. I gotta read my notes so I make sure I don't mess it up. So we're 2 weeks away from 1 year of Gorilla Overlord, is that what they call it? Yeah, of me taking the big seat, the captain's chair. It's been a wild ride, guys. Wouldn't trade it for a world. I've loved every minute of it and looking forward to another great year. Lots of cool stuff happening. First thing we're going to have is some administrative stuff. So effective September 1st, we are changing to an ACH, we'll call it e-check organization. We're going to draft out of bank accounts for memberships versus credit cards. It's really a simple process to make the change in your application. You can go to your app. There's instructions are going to follow in an email today that you'll get to start making that transition. I'd like to get all that transition before September 1st, but we understand things take time. But guys, the bottom line is I did the research, did the homework, and we are paying a lot of money to people like American Express and Visa. And they don't do jack for the House of Gains, guys. Like, I want to be able to buy cool equipment. I want to be able to take care of coaches. I want to be able to put it back into our community, not give it away to nameless, faceless companies that don't give two craps about your gains like we do, right? So they don't know the first thing about your handstand push-ups. We know it. Let's take care of the house and the community and not take care of people that don't matter, all right? Also, there will be a rate change effective on August 1st for new members only. I'm going to say that again. For new members only, okay, there'll be a rate change. New members are going to have to pay their way. It's going to be $160 a month for new members. If you choose to if you would like to keep your credit card stuff, that will be your rate will be $160 versus your regular normal rates that you have. If you have a break-in service longer than 2 weeks, you pause your membership for a few months because life happens. No big deal. Just know that when you come back, you're in the new world of the new rate structure. All right, everybody else is grandfathered in. Everybody before August 1st is grandfathered in. If you have any questions about how to change it over to the ACH, or if you have any questions at all about how to execute it, whatever questions you have, you can direct them to me, or you can find a coach and talk to them. Either way, we'll get you squared away. All right, guys. Help me take care of this as quickly as we can, and let's save some cash and put it back into our coaching staff. We have the rafting trip this weekend. If you're not going, you're missing out. It's going to be a lot of fun this year. It always is. Like, I've never had a bad time on the Ocoee. Caleb is an amazing rafting guide. Bigfoot Outfitters is awesome. It's going to be a great time. Also, we're going to do some really cool stuff coming up. Besides that, we have so book your seats now. The Eddie Hall, and I don't remember the exact date, but it's in September. The Eddie Hall mountain fight. Like, we get to watch two giant men fight for about 30 seconds, and they're going to spend the next 4 rounds doing oiled up man hugging because they're going to be exhausted, but it's going to be great. Like, these guys have actually trained for like a year. So you got two of the strongest people in the world going to duke it out. And they're actually some bad blood. There's some legit bad blood between those two guys. So I expect a really good fight for about 30 seconds, and they're going to hug each other for a while. But it's going to be fun. So we're going to tie that into a game night for at the House of Gains like we normally do. We'll do like a potluck style. I'll bring the meat because meat's important because large chunks of animal flesh keep your gains going. I'll bring the meat, but we'll do a potluck style. We'll have the fight on. We'll play some poker. We'll play some other games. If you want to build puzzles. I think there's some kind of slam ball kung fu that Jay Pizzle always brings. Do whatever you want to do. Just show up and have a good time. Also putting in a skydiving trip. Sometime in September, October, we're going to go jump out of a plane. I've never done it before. I'm incredibly jealous of all the airborne guys. I was in a heavy division when I was in the Army, and I put in for jump school, and they laughed at me. They said, "You're heavy. The only thing you're jumping out of is your track." So, and bed in the morning. I said, "Well, I want to jump." And they said, "Well, too bad, so sad." Well, guess what? Some 20-something years later, we're going to jump out of a plane. It's going to be amazing. So we're putting that together in September, October timeframe. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. So, and then more to follow, but that's kind of what's happening in the second quarter. Modelnetics is underway. If you didn't get in on this class, get in on the next class that we decide to teach. It's been great already. We have one session, but it's been a lot of fun. Everyone is learning a lot. Like, believe it or not, in my other life, you guys know me as, in this life, you know me as the Knuckle Dragon Savage Gorilla that you know and love. But in another life, I'm Mr. Miller, and I'm actually a pretty good instructor, and I think you're going to dig the class if you get in on it. So next time it comes around, make sure you get in on that class. It is worth 30 or 40 continuing education credits, depending on what kind of certification you want to use them towards. It'll make you a better person. It'll make you a better manager of your life. It'll also make you a better manager in your job. Even if you're not a manager yet, at some point in your life, you'll have the word manager tied behind your name. You might as well train like one. So last but certainly not least, Brodin penalties are in effect once again. Guys, I kind of got away from it for a year because I had plenty of other stuff to figure out, but I cannot stand anymore people leaving equipment out. Like, accountability is a big part of what we do, right? So, like, that's a big part of what we do, and your coaches should not be policing up after you at 5:30 in the morning. We shouldn't be finding dumbbells and kettlebells. Like, they have a rack. We have a place to put them. Can you pan to the dumbbell rack? Can you do that for us, Guy? Can you do that? Let's walk over here. Just look at it. Never mind my clothes. Just look at it. We have this whole space that is designed ergonomically to hold dumbbells. Why the crap they would end up on the floor and left there, I have no idea. But don't worry. We're going to cure that stuff. We're going to help fix it together because Brodin penalties have been enacted. So I climbed to the mountaintop. I talked to Brodin. He came down and said, Steve, you don't have to be good at enacting penalties, but you know who does. So y'all, for all you new members that may not know this, BA, a.k.a. Jeff Barnett, a.k.a. Brodin Actual, is a master of coming up with effective solutions to make you remember to put your crap away. So not to worry, he'll be coming up with our magical solutions, and then you owe that penalty before you train again. So yeah, you're gonna get more fit in the process, but you'll also learn to put your stuff away. Again, I'm gonna repeat, accountability is a big part of the stuff that we do, guys. You know it is. So police up your stuff, right? Even if you've got wad brain, take the time to remember to go put your junk away, all right? That's how we keep the house of gains nice, neat, and organized, and that's how we get ready for the next class of training, right? So I think the last and certainly not least thing here, before we wrap it up, speaking of accountability, we have the Connex in the back where we keep a lot of our equipment, our wall balls, our benches are out there, right? Well, a Connex is a hot metal building. It must be closed. It absolutely must be closed at the end of every night. It must be closed. So the last person out the door, if you're an open gymmer, you have the responsibility to make sure that door is closed. Last coach out is going to make sure it's locked up, closed up. We don't have a lock on it now. If I have to put a lock on it, so be it. It's going to make it a lot harder to get to your equipment. But that door must be closed because, as we all have discovered this week, snakes are out there, right? The nope ropes, the danger noodles, they're out there, right? And I don't want them crawling inside our Connex. I don't want mice in our Connex chewing up our wall balls. Like, it's just a simple thing to make sure that door is closed before you leave. So Connex must be closed every night. I have a camera on it now. We do have cameras in the facility now. So if it's left open, I'm going to ask who the last person was, and there'll be a nice, sweet penalty for them to pay before they train again. And we'll make sure that we remember to keep that Connex closed. And so I guess now we're off the script, right? We're off the script, Guy. We're doing this thing live. So, guys, I am just ecstatic to be your leader. I'm humbled beyond words at the amount of energy and effort that every athlete puts into this place, most especially your coaching staff, guys. You have no idea how hard they work on the back end of this stuff. I think I'm a pretty good boss, but I'm also a very demanding boss. And these guys, like, they pony up to the bar every day to get you guys what you need. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in the background between programming, logistics, just events, just general support. These coaches do an amazing job for you guys. But you guys also bring such amazing energy to me. Like, I use the word amazing all the time, but it's just I'm humbled every day that you guys are willing to come share your life with us and be a part of this amazing community. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Should do burpees every time I say amazing. But guys, I'm just 1 year in. I'm floored to be a part of this. I'm humbled to be your servant leader as Gorilla Overlord, and appreciate everything that you guys do and the energy you bring when you come to the gym every day. Guys, we get to do this. It's a privilege. It is my pleasure to do this. I'm always smiling in the workout because there's no place I'd rather be than sweating my ass off right next to a bunch of outstanding ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for what you do. Thank you for the energy you bring. Keep doing it. Bring the gains. Let's stay healthy. We got a long time to train together, y'all. Gorilla Minute's done. I'm out. See y'all. All right, guys. So now we're off script a little bit. So follow me. We're going to double time over. And we're going to show you what open and closed on a Connex looks like. You You see this Dookie shoe shuffle? You see this? Guy, are you watching this? You see that Dookie shoe shuffle? You know what I'm saying? In my slacks. In my slacks. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Connex. This is an unsecured Connex. You see this? This is an unsecured Connex. Ladies and gentlemen, this is unsat. We close the Connex by doing so. Pick up both handles, make sure the hooks grab. Press it into place with those big, powerful, sexy shoulders you all have. And that's all we gotta do. Close Connex. Off script.
Yeah, I need a bag, bruh. Send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Yeah, I told him I'ma hit it out of stance. I deserve another 100 bands. I deserve another 100 fans. Told him this was always in the plans. I just did it cause they said I can. Blowing euros when I'm down in France. Labels asking how I build a brand. Told him put a check up in my hands.